What is up, everybody? Ninja Nick here with Tactical Gaming, bringing you guys a great video. Now, this one is going to help prove to a little bit more on how Biden crime family is willingly and willfully allowing children to disappear and be sex trafficked, used for workforces and everything else to bring down our economy because the Democrats don't care. They don't. So, what this one says, watch brave whistleblower expose child smuggling. And it's at its worst because of Biden and his administration. Mayorkas, the FBI director. Let's see here. Who was put in place to actually make sure and monitor the border? And I'm not just talking about Alejandro Mayorkas. Could it be VP Harris? Was she only there once? Or did she ever go? Like, curious, right? Well, we're going to get into this because this whistleblower, we need more like her to come out and be honest. We need people who are literally living on the border states, border cities, and all that. Take video and post it, okay? Post it all over the internet. Sit there and say, the administration is lying. They are lying, 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 lying.
Here, our final witnesses, Ms. Rodas is recognized for 5 minutes.
Good afternoon, Chairman McClintock, Ranking Member Jopal, and distinguished members of the committee. It is an honor to be here. I thank you for the invitation to share my testimony. My goal is to inspire action to safeguard the lives of migrant children, including the staggering 85,000 that are missing.
85,000 missing children.
Children
I've said this in several videos.
Shifts at slaughterhouses, factories, restaurants to pay their debts to smugglers and traffickers. Today, children will be sold for sex.
Yep.
Today, children will call a hotline to report they are being abused, neglected, and trafficked. And we don't know if they're going to get the help they need. For nearly a decade, unaccompanied children have been suffering in the shadows. And I have to confess, I knew nothing about their suffering until 2021, when I volunteered to help the Biden administration with the crisis at the southern border.
Volunteered to help the Biden administration. Did not know. I wonder how. Could it be because most news sources, Fox News, ABC, MSNBC, CNN, all of them, they don't tell the full truth? Like, at all? Like, the only ones that you can really truly believe nowadays are the people who are actually physically going there, and most of them are all YouTubers, they're podcasters, they're literally people who are out there, people like you and me. Not people like senators, governors, presidents, vice presidents, none of that stuff. Most of them don't go. Like the ones who live there, yeah. But the thing is, we expect this administration to, do good by us, but yet, what have they done? Nothing. Especially by these children who are literally missing in our country. Who's going to be held responsible? Huh? Because if this would have been Trump, you can guarantee MSNBC, CNN, all of them would be tearing into the Trump administration and saying how incompetent they are and trying to go for another impeachment and everything else, which goes to show you the hypocrisy and the double standard.
Of Operation Artemis, I was deployed to the Pomona Fairplex Emergency Intake Site in California to help HHS, Office of Refugee Resettlement, reunite children with sponsors in the United States. I thought I was going to help place children in loving homes. Instead, I discovered that children are being trafficked through a sophisticated network that begins with recruiting in home country, smuggling to the U.S. border,
Yep.
and ends when ORR delivers a child to a sponsor. Some sponsors are criminals and traffickers and members of transnational criminal organizations. Some sponsors view children as commodities and assets to be used for earning income.
Yep.
This is why we are witnessing an explosion of labor trafficking. Now, whether it's intentional or not, it could be argued that the United States government has become the middleman in a large scale multi-billion-dollar child trafficking operation.
Oh, no speculation about it. All you have to do is literally take every aspect of what's been going on between them trying to make it legal for kids to transition from boy to girl, girl to boy without parent permission, trying to lower the age of consent, trying to decriminalize drugs, trying to decriminalize sex with minors, trying to decriminalize a whole lot of stuff that used to be illegal. There is no speculation about it at all. The Biden administration, Biden, are sex traffickers and they are being controlled by Vladimir Zelensky, Vladimir Putin, and Xi Jinping. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's proof all right there. And the American people need to stand up and stop this. 85 fucking thousand children missing. It is time for our people, and I'm talking about the American people and our representatives, to write to the president and demand something be done now. Now. This will not stop until this criminal syndicate is taken out. And I do mean in a horrific way. If they're going to sit there and bomb people over in Afghanistan, you better damn straight start bombing all these other people in the southern border who are doing things that you know are illegal. They are horrible, horrible people. Stop being nice to horrible people. Really? Come on now. They're the cartel members. They put people in barrels and shit. They ain't sensitive. They don't care. They don't look at human life as something that's important. No, obviously not. Look what they're doing to children, innocent people. Grown adults, I can, But you know what? People, children, they deserve to be treated kindly. When you're a criminal, oh, hell no. You definitely voided that aspect. Children deserve to grow up in peace. But right now, that's not what's going on. And you can blame the Biden administration for that.
It is run by bad actors seeking to profit off of the lives of children. As for me, my interest is the safety of the children. I do not view this as a political issue. I view this as a humanitarian issue. I assure you, my motives are the highest and best. I want the children protected. So I want to tell you some of what I witnessed personally at the Pomona Fairplex. I saw vulnerable indigenous children from Guatemala who speak Mayan dialects and cannot speak Spanish. That means they cannot ask for help in English. They cannot ask for help in Spanish. They become captives of their sponsors. I have sat with case managers as they've cried to tell me the horror of what has happened to children as they make the journey to this country. I saw apartment buildings where 20, 30, and 40 unaccompanied minors have been released.
That's fucking ridiculous.
I saw sponsors trying to simultaneously sponsor children from multiple ORR sites at one time. I saw sponsors using multiple addresses to obtain sponsorships of children. And I saw numerous cases of children in debt bondage. And the child knew they had to stay with the sponsor until the debt was paid. Realizing that we were not offering the children the American dream, but instead putting them in modern-day slavery with wicked overlords, was a terrible revelation. A terrible revelation. These children are...
So who remembers when they sat there and gave President Trump all that shit for separating kids from their parents? But yet, majority of those kids who were taken from those parents were found to be not their parents. Crazy, huh? But you don't see CNN saying shit about this, do you? You don't see CNN damning Biden for the 85,000 missing children. You don't see MSNBC damning Biden for all these missing kids. Really? Kind of crazy, isn't it?
Captive victim population with no access to law enforcement or knowledge of their rights. They are extorted, abused, neglected. And that is why I blew the whistle in 2021. I witnessed firsthand the horrors of child trafficking and exploitation. My life will never be the same after what I saw. But I have hope because I'm counting
See, if
on
Biden's
you.
administration really cared about
It's
kids,
my hope
this
that
wouldn't be
you'll take
happening.
action to end this crisis, to safeguard the lives of these vulnerable children. People have asked me, what can be done? What would you suggest?
Take out
Well,
the cartels.
I think HHS's number one priority is oversight. They must commit to oversight, transparency, and accountability. If I could wave a magic wand, this, I believe, could be quickly solved by experts in the IG community. There is a Pandemic Analytics Center of Excellence, or the PACE, as we call it. I believe if data analysts at the PACE could look at the data, children could be rescued, criminals could be prosecuted. If the PACE had access to this data, it shows where the children are and who has them. I think also we need to change the culture of speed over safety. Speed is the wrong performance measure when dealing with children.
Yep.
We need to revamp the vetting process of sponsors and have case managers who have investigative backgrounds, data analytics backgrounds, some certified fraud examiners. And I think we need to reimagine a system where the sponsor is the accountable party. Sponsors should be required to report to ORR.
The fact that
And
they aren't
lastly,
is ridiculous.
Stop retaliating against whistleblowers. Stop retaliating against the people
See,
who are
that
trying
should
to
tell you
recruit
something too.
to save
Right there.
the children. As it is written, a wise man listens to advice, while a fool continues in his folly. And HHS needs to be wise to care for these children.
Thank you very much. Your time's expired.
Okay, thank you
5
for
seconds.
the opportunity.
You're very welcome, and we'll get to questions now. Under the 5-minute rule, we'll begin Mr. Van Drew of New Jersey.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. First of all, I want to thank you for whistleblowing. It's people like you and all of you that when you come
Like Chip
forward
Roy
and tell the
laid into
truth,
them good
those are big
about that
words.
missing
Tell
85,000
the
kids.
truth. You know what? You want to know, and I'm going to be a little different, and I'm going to be a little bit political because we have the other side of the aisle saying that we're hurtful, we're cruel, we're harsh, we're inhumane, our bill is bad. They were in the majority when this was all done. This is their plan.
Yep.
I've spoken to Mr. Mayorkas numerous times, more than once, more than twice, more than 3 times.
Mayorkas
He
needs to be
has told
removed.
me that there's nothing wrong. Everything is fine. Everything is good. Our system is working, and it's better than ever. The bottom line is we changed the system a number of years ago where we opened our gates, we opened our doors, but we don't have all the ability to take care of everybody all the time, and that's the truth. We have enough problems in America that we can only help legal immigrants and do
Yep.
things at a certain pace. We just can't let the gates be open. And that is exactly what was happening under this administration. It's exactly what they've done. I don't want to be partisan. Believe it or not, I don't like being partisan, but I have to be in this case because when Mr. Mayorkas tells me nothing is wrong, when you see that adults are pretending to be children in some cases as well and taking advantage, when you see little babies that are just tossed aside, when you see children that are bought and sold, used for sex slavery and worse,
Yep.
multiple times. I mean, the stories are horrific. I know how you were sick. And you know what? I don't want anybody from the other. If we want to find solutions, we have solutions.
Oh,
People
yes.
have to stay home or go back home. And we need legal immigration. And we need a border that really works, a border that is solid, a border that doesn't allow this to happen to children. But you know what the real goal here is? To bring in as many undocumented people,
Mhm.
you talked about speed, and that's
Yep.
the way they're doing it,
Yep.
as they possibly can,
Yep.
as fast as they can, to just bring them in so the numbers go up double, triple. We see just millions upon millions of undocumented illegal immigrants. It doesn't do them good. It certainly doesn't do these children good. And that's what's cruel. That's what's harsh. That's what's inhumane. That's what's wrong in what's going on. And it has to be stopped. We do need a system, and we do have to look at HHS. That should have been done in the beginning 2 years ago when this all started. We weren't in control. We didn't have the ability to do it. We talked about it. We asked about it. We
Yep.
pushed for a change, but we didn't have the ability to do it. So I don't want anybody, and if they can do it, but man, you come to me and say that it's my fault and the minority at the time, or that it was the Republicans' fault, or that we're mean, bad people that want to hurt. No, this is the system that you all set up on the other side of the aisle. This
Yep.
is your system.
They did
This
it.
is what
They're
you
at fault.
did. This is what you made, and of course it's not going to work. Of course it's worse. It is so much better if children, they're trying to bring children that are undocumented over, let them go back to their home, let them go through a legal process. I know it takes time, but it's the only way that's going to work. We're destroying our country, we're hurting little babies, we're destroying other countries in the way that we're doing this, and what we're also doing is making a place for the cartels in America. I read somewhere recently, they said, our latest challenge is going to be, it's going to have to be like the military to go after the cartels.
That's what we need to do.
Cartels shouldn't even be in
It
America.
done.
They shouldn't have the
We need to
ability
Sicario
do
their
this
ass. This is what we need to do.
These children and their families, whatever.
If you don't know what I mean, watch the
false
movie
hope
Sicario.
and false aspirations, and I'm tired of it. And
Same.
I'm tired of being blamed for something that somebody else made, that somebody else created, that we didn't do. And Mr. Chairman, I yield back. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going.
But yeah, 85,000 missing children in our country. We need to do something. We need to do something about this administration now. Like, if Biden and them want to fix this, they need to get rid of the cartels. They need to close the border. They need to strengthen ICE, strengthen Border Patrol. They need to stop messing around. Like, share, subscribe, spread the word, especially this one. Share the crap out of this one. 85,000 thanks to Biden and his administration. Ugh, so aggravating as a parent. But hopefully y'all have a great day, great night, great evening. Catch me for the next one. Later.